I've been seeing a lot of misunderstandings about what the role of a mandatory reporter is and how much power they have or don't have. So I would like to explain a bit of this. A mandatory reporter is someone who, by virtue of their job, paid or volunteer, is in regular contact with children or dependent adults. If the mandatory reporter sees evidence of abuse, they are mandated to report this to the appropriate authorities. The exacts of what abuse is, as well as who the appropriate authorities are, changed based on the state you are in. Something important to realize is that even though when discussing abuse, people tend to only think about physical and sexual abuse, there are 11, count them, 11 types of child abuse, as identified in Iowa. I could go into detail on these, but for the purposes of this video, I'll spare you the need. Trust me, you really don't want me to go into that. In the course of my job, I need to have training on mandatory reporting on a bi-yearly basis, and that training includes knowing the procedures of how to report as well as common things to look for as evidence of abuse. This brings me to the power of a mandatory reporter. If a mandatory reporter follows procedure, they will be put in contact with someone with authority who will listen to them and their concerns. They also have the channels to submit a written report. However, they cannot directly cause a wellness check, or in a more serious case, a search warrant. All that they do is alert the authorities to a possible problem, and the authorities then decide how much credibility to give the report. Often, if the report does not include something that would indicate imminent danger to a minor or dependent adult, the authorities will take some time to do independent investigation before initiating a wellness check or something more serious. If the report does indicate immediate danger, then a wellness check will likely be executed almost immediately. So, the role of a mandatory reporter is to inform the authorities, and it is the role of the authorities to confirm the report and then act. Anyone who would want to remove the mandatory reporter from this position would want to blind the authorities to the harm of children and dependent adults, and this to me seems heinous. But as to the power of the mandatory reporter, they effectively have none, only the power to report their findings to the appropriate authorities.